Hello and welcome to Unqualified Experts. That's Xia. I'm Nick. This is the show where we try to help the internet's most comical, latest problems, one question at a time. Just letting you guys know, last week we talked about the parents' mystery.
Oh.
There is an update. We will get to that at the end of the show.
Oh my God, you guys have to watch to the end to get the update. I don't even have the update. I'm so excited for this. I asked Nick, I was like, hey Nick, is there an update? He said yes. And then I had to wait.
Maybe we won't get to it. I don't know.
No, we're going to get to
What?
it, you son of a...
Oh. Start off today. Oh, okay.
It's like you've seen them for the first time.
This is a 20-year-old female talking. I feel so effing disgusting right now.
Oh my God.
My now ex-boyfriend, a 21-year-old male, and I were hanging out at my place this weekend when the topic of fantasies came up.
Fantasies. Oh,
For some
fantasies.
context, he's the only person that I've ever had sex with. And we've been together for about 2 years.
Oh.
I never felt comfortable opening up about my kinks before, but I guess that I was tipsy enough that it gave me some courage. Ooh. I asked him if there were any fantasies that he had, and he said that he wanted to see me wearing a schoolgirl uniform, which was something I wasn't opposed to. He then asked if there were any fantasies that I had.
Uh-oh.
And I said that I had a fantasy
Uh-oh.
for a while where I tie a guy up and peg him.
Okay.
That was a mistake because he looked at me like I had grown a second head. Looking back, I guess he shared a fairly tame fantasy, and I immediately went for something more extreme. I said that it wasn't something I needed or anything, but it ruined the whole mood for the weekend. He asked if it was something I fantasized about doing with him, and I admitted that it was, but I wouldn't actually want to do it unless he wanted it to. He broke up with me yesterday. He said that he didn't want to be with someone he couldn't satisfy, and I should look for someone that shares that fantasy. I tried explaining that it was just a fantasy, and I didn't need it, that I could forget about it and never bring it up again. But he said that he made up his mind and wished me luck before leaving. I am heartbroken. I don't want someone else. I want him.
Oh, no.
I don't feel like I could ever open up to anyone else again. I feel gross and masculine? Do you mean emasculated?
Emasculated would be...
Would make more sense than masculine.
No. Emasculated would be like how the guy would feel getting pegged.
Okay, so then what?
So masculine, maybe she feels like the masculine one pegging him.
Okay.
I'm
It's
guessing.
a weird sentence.
I'm
I feel
guessing it's a weird
gross
sentence.
and masculine. Was my fantasy really so bad?
Look, I think that his reaction tells you everything you need to know, and you should break up with him and just let it go. It sucks for now, but the way that he overreacted, the fact that he couldn't take that and be like, all right, well, this is something she's thought about, but she doesn't need to do it, so it's not like a huge deal. He took it and then immediately was like, well, we're going to break up because obviously she needs to peg someone. It's kind of childish. That's kind of a childish reaction that he had. And I think that eventually you'll find someone who is not, because not everybody's going to have fantasies that match up. It almost never works that way. That's not, certain people are going to have certain things. Like that'd be like me being like, oh man, Nick, I want to have you try to pee on me. And Nick is like, no, we're done.
See you later.
Yeah. Like
Take it easy. Nice to know you.
That is such an insane overreaction, in my opinion. I think he's being a childish psycho. So, yeah, I say let him go. It's going to suck. You're not going to stay together forever anyway. You were 18. Jesus Christ. Find someone who does want to peg you or who can just be like, you know what? That's not for me.
Yeah, that is a strange...
That's an overreaction.
Yeah, unless he wanted... It seems like he just wanted to leave to begin with. He was waiting for an out.
This might be his out.
Right?
Yeah,
Hey, what are you into? What? Peace. Because at 2 years is a long enough time where if you were like, hey, blah, 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 and you'd be like, not my thing, and then you would move on. Not, the night's ruined, and tomorrow I'm going to break up with you. very strange. It's very
That's a
suspect.
big leap.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't
big leap.
because it's not like she's like, yeah, I want to diddle kids. Let's bring the dog into this. I got a bunch of peanut butter. Hey, my grandpa wants to join us for a threesome. You know, like things that you'd be like,
Those are breakup
I need to get out of here.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
wait, what?
fair.
I want to murder someone with you. What? Huh?
Let's eat some people.
Yeah. Cannibalism is my thing.
Yeah, I love it.
I want to eat babies. I don't know. Just like there's a long list of things that would make you go, oh yeah, this is not safe or this is crazy. But you know, I
That's
want to
not one
peg
of
someone.
them.
It's like, yeah, I'm not into that, but you know, you don't have to do it like you said. It's not a big deal. If I
Yeah.
was that worried, I'd be like, hey man, I know you talked about pegging. That never happening.
You could just say that, and then I'm sure that'd be the end of it.
Yeah, it's not hey, I'm gonna leave you now.
Yeah.
2 years, thank God I'm finally out of this one.
And also, I feel like, yeah, she very clearly explained, like, yeah, I mean, it was just a fantasy I had, but it's not anything that I need. It's not like I need this, otherwise I'm not sexually satisfied. I mean, Jesus. That's a bit much, buddy.
So what would be the one for you if I was like, I really need to do this? Or not even really need, I just like, we had a discussion, and what would make you go, I gotta leave him? If I was like, hey man, I really want to do this, or this is my thing.
Yeah, fuck kids.
Okay, besides that.
Besides that, I don't even know. That's the thing. It would have
It's a hard
to
one to bring up too.
right? Like, how do you say that?
Children.
You know those kids that we didn't want to have?
Well, I really want to have them now.
I want to have one. I mean, yeah, as far as just like any sexual fetish goes, yeah, I feel like we've been together long enough. I love you.
Forget that. 2 years. We've been 2 years.
2 years in?
2 years in. We have the discussion.
I loved you 2 years in. I don't know. It would take a lot. Even if you're like, hey, I fantasize about shitting on you, I'd be like, well, let's not do that. But I probably wouldn't be like, we're done.
Come on, man. I got a Mondo Duke on your chest. I need me to be whole. I need to feel good.
Oh, no.
Come on.
No.
Take one for the team.
Oh,
Hey, you
no.
might find a treat. Peanut, you know. Wash that sucker off. Have a snack later.
Oh, God.
Put in your cheek, store it for winter.
Puke. What is wrong with you? Oh,
Where you going?
No. Well, now I'm leaving.
Damn it.
No, like even that, I'd be like, absolutely not. But you know, I'm not gonna leave
So
you.
this guy just wanted to leave. I feel
like he just wanted
unless
to
he was
leave.
like some crazy religious guy, or like it's just an odd thing that you just like, I'm out of here.
Crazy.
I don't know.
crazy.
I mean, have any of you guys dealt with that where you've heard like, hey, what's your fetish? And they said something and you're like, yeah, no, I don't want to be with you anymore. Just leave. Because that's got to be extreme.
It seems like a lot.
It seems extreme.
It seems like a lot. Yeah, I say let him go. You're gonna be heartbroken for a while. There's no way.
I don't want anyone else. I want him though.
Yeah, well, you know, you're gonna change. That's gonna fade over time, and you're gonna find someone else that you want more, and that's just how it works.
I never get that of the I don't like you anymore, or I'm saying it's done. This is not gonna work. My feelings or whatever it is, you know, and the other person being like, nah, like I'm still going after you. Why? I never understand that.
Because they still love you, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, man. It just seems odd to me.
Yeah.
Because also, I'd be pissed off. Like, really? You're going to leave me for that? Then screw you. Like, why would I want to be
then
with
go
you?
fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Like, no. I said what I said.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything crazy.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm being very reasonable, you know? So, no, go screw. Get out of here.
Yeah, go screw.
Ugh. I guess cry your eyes out and move on, even though you're not going to do that. You're going to be texting him nonstop. What can I do to make up for this?
Stupid.
Ridiculous. Moving on to a little bit of an issue.
Oh, boy.
Here's the other end of it.
Oh, boy.
When you do move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other person won't let go in a different way.
Oh, boy.
So this is a guy speaking. The guy's 22.
Mm-hmm.
Girlfriend's 23. Mm-hmm. She broke up with me in a video of her having sex with someone else and is still sending me videos of her effing other guys, along with texts like, you'll never get to F me again, or they are much bigger than you.
What a psychopath.
I texted her and asked her to stop several times, but she kept on sending them. Eventually, I blocked her. And then she just sent them through email. How do I get this to stop? What do I do?
What a nut. What an absolute nut.
It's like,
who does that?
It's weird because the last one was like, that dude's obviously either he wanted to get out or he's a nut. And this is like this girl, like they're broken up and the girl's like, nah, it's not over, man.
I'm going to torture you. What did you, my question is, what did you do to this girl? What did you do that made her want to do this? Oh, I see. Well, that makes sense. And she's like, yeah, I'm pegging this guy now.
Well, that wouldn't bother me. Like if I got that video of her like, yeah, look, you'll never be this. And I'd be like, good.
You're like,
good.
Thank God.
Yeah, and I'd be laughing at the video like, hey, this guy's getting pegged. This is weird. This is kind of funny, but also very odd. I wouldn't be like, oh no.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah.
She's not pegging me.
Yeah, no, but she's not doing that. She's actually just
getting screwed by
other guys. I've never felt I don't know. I feel like that's more of a girl thing to do.
That's a very vindictive thing to do. Guys are more, that is very much something a girl would do. Guys, you kind of, if they're crazy, you kind of have to worry about them stalking or killing you. Girls do weird shit like this.
Yeah, it's more terror threats
yeah.
than anything of like, if
you ever date someone else, I'll kill you.
I mean, that's the extreme of it.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, my father was a real piece of garbage and he would terrorize my mother. Like she wasn't a saint either, but like they both were doing things that were just like, what are you doing? So he would do the thing of like ringing the doorbell over and over with no answer, calling and then hanging up, doing like the weird,
real
creepy,
psychological stuff.
Yeah. So she was horrified of him and was scared and blah, blah, blah. This is like some new age stuff, We're in the age of technology where you're just sending videos of you doing other people.
Can't you block emails?
I think so.
I would say try to block her on everything you can.
No, she's going to make a bunch of emails.
She's going to make a bunch of emails, but the thing you can do is just don't open them if it's from something you don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder, is this a legal thing? I wonder if it's enough, because it might be like it's a girl, like,
right.
guy, man up,
So stupid. We have to stop doing that as a society.
I don't know if you can get a, what's it called?
Restraining
order. I don't know if that works like that.
Maybe. I have no clue. You could go to the cops and just ask. I mean, it never hurts to ask. Be like, hey, this is what's happening.
As they laugh at you.
Right. Well,
let me see the video, sir.
Yeah, right?
Well, I can take it written for evidence.
Just for research purposes, yeah. You could at least ask and be like, hey, do I have any options here? Is there anything that I can do? And just, I guess, try to block her on everything you can. Block her email, block her on all social media sites, maybe change your number. Maybe eventually she'll stop, but wow, that's...
I mean, I've had this before, but not with the videos, just more of the I want you back. I'm going to message you constantly. I'm going to write you letters. I'm going to send you things.
When did that stop, by the way? Because I remember she was still sending you stuff when we first started dating.
I know it was an ordeal. I don't, that whole, everything before, yes, it's a blur. Like, I can't.
Before me? Oh.
No, I mean like literally yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yesterday. Gotcha.
I don't know. Yeah, no, it was months, right?
I remember it being a long time.
Was it a year? Was it that long or was it months?
I don't know. I just know she was constantly texting you. She was sending you photos. Like,
oh yes, I was getting
naked photos.
I was getting naked photos.
But
then I found out
naked photos.
Yeah, I had a podcast I used to do with the guys, and I found it so funny because I looked at the metadata of the picture, and I'm like, oh wait, this is a used nude. Nick, what's a used nude? Basically, she sent this to other people, but then also sent it to me. Later on. Yeah. I'm looking at the metadata and it's like, say it's like March, right? She sent to some dude in December. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, you're sending me old nudes? Like, what? Come on.
You can't send me used nudes.
No, you can't send used nudes.
Not when you're trying to get someone back.
Seriously.
You send used nudes when you're talking to a bunch of different dudes.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, then who cares?
But now you're trying to get me back. So now I'm looking going, wait a minute, you obviously sent this to other people. Well, that's not helping the situation.
I bet you that most guys wouldn't look. I feel like you're one of the few that would look at the metadata.
I'm sorry, I have a brain.
I'm just saying.
Because you know what? She wasn't smart about it. You can't send me multiple photos, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't match up.
Oh,
that was the first clue. I'm looking at the photos. I'm like, okay, this one's in the shower here. This one, she's wearing this. But in this one, she's not wearing that. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell?
These are all different times.
Oh, let me look at them. Oh, yeah, this one was shot in December. This one was February. Like, oh, this is
how lazy.
Different times.
That's lazy. I don't think she really wanted you back. That's some lazy work.
How dare you? She did want me back. Yeah, it was.
I have never done that.
Yeah, I've never done that either. I mean, guys usually don't do that.
Guys don't do that kind of stuff. But I have never sent nudes to a guy who I've broken up with, or we've
You're
broken
like,
up.
Please, look at this. Look what you're missing.
No, I've never done that. I find that so weird. What a weird concept.
I mean, I've gotten nudes when I wasn't even with the person, and they're just like, "Hey, you should be with me. Look at this."
I remember that story.
And I'm like, maybe not. maybe no.
You're like, huh? Yeah, meh. With clothes on, maybe. Clothes out, no.
That actually reminds me. What was it? Last week we were talking about. What was it? It was the herpes, right? It was the guy told the girl right before their date, "Hey, just to let you know, I'm herpes positive."
Yeah, we did get one comment regarding that. No one else really answered that question, but one comment saying no to the herp.
Thank you for putting that in. Like, I need to know what that one
I'm
person
just saying. That one person was like no to the herp.
I feel like most people would say no to the herpes.
Probably.
But in college, the girl who sent me the photos, the nude photos, she had a disorder. And it was, I think, like palsy of like the one side of her face.
Interesting.
But it only came and gone. Like, she'd be fine, and then out of nowhere we'd be in like Applebee's, in a group setting, and she would be like, "Oh, don't look at me, I'm hideous," because she would have an attack where I guess her face would lock up on like one side.
Whoa, I've never heard of that.
Sure. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Like, I never made fun of her for it. I never made her feel bad, which probably is the reason why she wanted to send me the photo.
That's probably why she was like, oh, he's
Nick's
so
a good guy. Yeah, I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Thanks. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I looked it up, and it stems from, it's like in the same vein of the herpes virus, I think. It was like the same. Yeah. And that made me go, yeah, not even if I'm drunk. I don't think I'm going to pursue this in any way.
Why? Was it contagious?
I don't know. It just is a turnoff. It's like, you hear herpes virus is in regards to the face. It's like, I don't need to. Who needs that in their life?
Yeah,
right?
I suppose. I mean, as long as it's not contagious, I feel like I wouldn't have an issue with it.
I'm not taking chances. My immune system stinks to begin with.
That's true.
Next thing I need is a fucking palsy of my face.
You would be the first guy to catch a non-contagious disease.
Yeah.
They'd be like, this isn't contagious. How did this happen?
I'm just waiting for monkeypox to come up. That's going to be fun. Apparently, U.S. is #1 right now in the monkeypox.
Well, there's a lot of gay sex
hey.
that happens here.
How dare you?
I'm just throwing it out there.
The news does say.
That's what they're saying.
The news is saying
it's mostly
95%.
Yeah, like you can still get it from surfaces and things like that, but for the most part,
so we're basically back to AIDS, where it's like, it's could be everyone, but mainly. Yeah. That ain't helping the cause.
But it also seems like it's not deadly. It's just you get a rash, right?
Oh,
I honestly haven't
it's
looked
more
into
than
it.
that. Yeah,
Is it more?
Yeah, it's not fun.
Okay.
Yeah, trust me, no one would be freaking out if it was just a rash.
Well, but is it also like, does it go away? Is it just a sickness
I
that
am
you
not
get?
a doctor. I don't know.
Oh,
Jesus, like I'm read up on the monkeypox. I have no idea. What are you talking?
Figure it's all
you
that
have
fun
Google
sex
after
that's
the
been
show. Look it up. What do you want?
Oh, right.
You did this last week. I feel like it's not that bad. It's like, but you know as much else as I know, and I'm not claiming to know much.
I don't know anything. I know nothing.
You just said it's a rash.
I don't know.
I thought it
was a rash.
Oh God. Okay. Where were we on this?
I don't know.
Oh, we're back to the crazy lady sending the videos of sleeping with other dudes.
All you can do is block everything and hope for the best.
If it gets out of control, you go to the police.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you kind of just got to be like, it's a thing.
Maybe you'll get into it. Maybe you'll start jerking off to it, and you're like, yeah, free porn.
If you're Jim Norton, that would happen. Yeah, certain people would be into that. Like, yeah, all right, so I'm getting some freebies, even though she's gone. All right, cool.
He's so much bigger than me. Oh yeah. Some people like that.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's weird, but some people.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
You like what you like. Enjoy it. Yeah, maybe it gets. Or no, don't do this. That's messed up.
No, don't do that.
You already knew where I was going with that, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I never felt vengeance like that before. I always like just moving on. I never. Why? I don't understand the hurt. It also shows that she's still thinking about you. In a way, it's kind of flattering. It's like, man, she can't get over me.
Can't get over it. Even though she dumped you.
If I was the other guy, and I guess if it's like one night stands, the other guys wouldn't care. But if it's like a new relationship, I'd be like, why are you still sending these videos to this guy? Why are you doing that?
Even the first video, I'd be like, excuse me, you're sending a video of us fucking to your ex? Are you kidding me? That would be my out. I'd be like, see you later.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's like, no, you're not sending our porn videos.
Got my phone out all the time.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that? Hold on, I gotta send it to my ex. Wait, why?
You'd be like, excuse me? What?
They need to know. I'm doing great.
You're so much hotter than my ex.
No,
that's psycho.
I don't know.
That's psycho behavior. You dodged a bullet there just by, her breaking up with you, honestly.
Yeah. How do I get her to stop? Like, we have some... You can't get her to stop.
You can't get her to stop. She's nuts.
No.
Eventually, she'll get bored, maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe?
I don't think so.
No.
Moving on.
Moving on. Oh.
19-year-old female.
Okay.
She's got a boyfriend who's 20.
Okay.
I went away to university this year. It was my first year. My boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years.
Is this your British accent?
I don't know. It's horrible. He's in college in our hometown, but I'm studying abroad and haven't been able to visit home all year.
It's worse than mine.
I'm not even doing it anymore. Next week.
Yes, you are.
Shut up. Next week, I get to see him, but rather than being excited, I'm terrified. Because while I was away, I gained a ton of weight.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I've always been skinny. I've had a history of some disordered eating habits.
Okay.
I'm short. I'm 5'1".
Oh, you're shorter than me.
And
Damn.
back in September of this year, right before university, I weighed about 98 pounds. My boyfriend always told me that he loved how small I was and stuff like that.
Oh, boy. That's small. 98 pounds. Wow. That's teeny.
Now I gained a little more than just the freshman 15. Today I weigh in at... Oh,
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right, so she was 98.
98, which is tiny, by the way.
Want to take a gander at where she's at now?
Oh, no. 150?
Sure. That's your guess?
That's my guess. That's a lot.
Today I weigh in at 193 pounds. Woo!
Holy crap, that's a whole other person.
I don't even know how you do that.
You doubled your weight.
I don't even know how you do that.
Well, I mean, that's how people get big all the time, but I don't get it either. I gain 5 pounds and I'm like, oh no. Stop eating and I start walking.
But we're talking in a time frame, what, about 6 months?
That's a lot.
Right?
How do you gain 100 pounds in 6 months?
I don't know. I'm stupefied. I don't understand how that's even feasible.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I hear she. Yes, I more than doubled my weight in 10 months. Or so 10 months.
10 months.
10 months. That's
Still.
Listen, I gained, what was my...
You gained 17 pounds.
17 pounds, and I was horrified.
It was. Poor Nick was
Horrified.
like, oh no.
I've been 150 my whole life, right? I got up to 167 and was like, nope. And then I got down. Right now I'm at 153, 154, and still not good enough.
No, he's getting there.
Not good enough.
He's not happy, but he's getting there. No, I also gained 13 pounds when we moved here because it was my first. Oh, shut up.
Tubby over here.
It was all right.
Full lard.
It was the first time that I had been in winter. And so I was wearing all these big, heavy winter clothes and we could afford to eat. And the food here is so good. So we were going out to eat all. It wasn't like I was like stuffing my face all the time, but I was just eating so much more than I was used to eating.
We got a lot of pies.
We ate a lot of pies. It was, oh God, the food here is so good.
In LA, you can't get pies. Like, you just can't. People are like, you can get pies. Yeah, you can get them. They are disgusting.
Let me just tell you right
inedible.
now. I tried. We
both
I went
tried.
to legit bakeries.
They suck.
And got pies, and they were horrible. I had to make a pie if I wanted a pie.
And double the price.
Oh my God. Remember that one piece of pie we got for $18 and it was dry blueberry garbage?
Disgusting.
Garbage.
We get here, you get paid $10 and it's amazing.
An entire pie.
Yeah.
Grocery store pies here are better.
Yeah.
There's Dearborn Market, which is like...
Well, it's better than a grocery store, but yeah.
It is better than a grocery. It's so good. Anyway, not the point. The point is I also gained 13 pounds and I didn't realize it because I was just wearing like all these sweatpants and like tight, the spandex pants because it was winter and it was also during lockdown. And I just didn't realize it until I went to go put a skirt on and I was like, uh-oh. It was like summer rolled around and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And immediately started like exercising. I was waiting tables in LA, so I was on my feet all the time. I started walking every single day. I cleaned up my diet. I lost all that weight. I was like, this is not happening.
But I guess some people, they see that and they're like, ah.
Oh my God. Even 5 pounds, I get really upset.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I look at my,
this is too
nah,
much.
not
I
happening.
don't like this.
Because at a certain point, you're like, well, that's not much. It's like, yeah, but it keeps adding on. If you don't stop it, you're going to keep going up.
And also, I'm like her. I'm small. I'm 5'2". I can't, 5 pounds is noticeable on me because I'm so tiny. I can't even imagine if I gained 100. What if I gained 100 pounds, Nick?
You'd be alone. I mean, I'd be out the door. You wouldn't be able to chase me because you couldn't fit through it. Big ass bitch over here. Oh, big old fatty.
It's so terrible.
She tried to chase me. She'd be like, oh, I'm out of breath already. Because you're big old tub of lard. Fatty pig fatty.
And this is why
you guys are being bigots and fat phobic. Fat is healthy. No, yes, it is. It's 2022. Fat's healthy now.
Look, I'm not saying that everyone that's a little overweight is super unhealthy. I get that. But the link between obesity and disease is so high and completely undeniable that you can't be like, oh, it's fine. You can't tell someone's health by their size.
Lizzo told me it's healthy.
To an extent, yeah, you can't tell someone's health by their size. Someone might be like, I don't know, 20 pounds overweight, as in like 20 pounds heavier than they could be to be pretty lean and look super healthy, but eat healthy and exercise and probably be, all right inside. But there's a limit. There is a limit. There's only so far that goes.
Listen, I don't care if you're fat or not. I hate the lying.
Yeah.
Like science, it's weird. Science is only relevant if it's for your argument.
Well, of course.
But if you're huge, it's like, okay, fine, you're huge. Whatever. That's your life. I don't care what you do, right?
The only reason that I care is because it actually is a strain on the healthcare system, and it does affect other people for that.
Sure.
In that respect.
But we're stuck in that now. Thanks, Obama.
Look.
But yeah, to lie and be like, well, being heavy is fine. There's no science says it's okay. And it's like, well, no, you're just lying now. Why are we all lying to each other? I don't understand. Whatever. Moving on to this thing. It's a very odd time we live in.
It's weird.
So she go back. She was 5'1", was 98 pounds. 10 months later, she's 193 pounds.
Wow.
Yes, I now weigh 45 pounds heavier than my boyfriend. Oh, boy. That's rough. Come sit on my lap.
He's going to have to sit on her lap.
Breaks my legs.
Oh, my God.
I effing hate myself for doing this to myself. And I know I effed up big this time. But after, like Christmas time last year, I stopped taking pictures from the shoulders down. Oh, doing that like old MySpace magic.
Where you take a picture from way up high. That still happens, by the way. I forget who I was talking to recently. It was a guy that was on dating apps and how often disappointed because girls do that so much, and you show up and they're so much bigger in person. If
there's no body shots and they're all up there,
you gotta know.
It's not. We're not in 2000. When was MySpace? Like 2006.
Yeah, 2006.
We're past that. It's not a mystery anymore. It's been like what 10 plus years or more.
Longer than that. You need to know.
I told you, my buddy Hussein, this is back in the day when we were doing the whole dating site thing for the show. Mm-hmm. And he met up with a girl.
How we met, by the way.
What's that?
How we met, by the way. The dating app thing for the show.
Yeah,
that's how we met.
Through Tinder, yeah. He met a girl on, like, say, Plenty of Fish or one of those things. Mm-hmm. She asked some ridiculous question like, was I what you were expecting? He, being him, my friend.
Hussein is very honest.
Just straightforward.
He will tell you.
Yeah, you're a lot bigger than I thought you'd be. Because she was huge. Because in the photos, it was the mystery stuff. And yeah, so
Didn't that also happen to your friend Johnny when you guys went out to the desert?
Yes, but he was more forgiving. It was just more weird that when we went to meet her, she brought like, I guess, coworkers or something, her friends, but they were like old. And we're like, wait, these old people are your friends? Like, it was a very odd.
Well, if they're coworkers, I get that a little more because you don't choose who you work with. You know.
I can't remember if it was coworkers or it was something. But either way, it was a weird situation where we were like, old. Yeah, it's like, wait, these are the people you hang out with. Not saying you can't hang out with older people, but if you're gonna go meet this person's like best friends, quote unquote, and they're like ancient, it's a little odd. No.
Yeah, no, it's weird. If all your friends were in their 50s and 60s, I'd be like.
It would be the same opposite if I was like, hey, this is my good friend Tina, and Tina's 14, and everyone's like, what? Like, what are you talking about, Nick?
It's a little different because they're underage, but yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm 50. Here's my good friend Tina. She's 20. She's 18.
Yeah, that's weird.
Right?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's an odd situation. Okay, blah, blah, blah. My boyfriend does know I gain some weight, but thinks like 20 pounds max.
Oh, boy.
I effed up, and I don't know how to tell him I've been putting it off. And I don't know what to do. Do I just show up and let him see that I've gotten obese?
No.
Risking having to see his reaction in person? Oh, that's going to be
heartbreaking.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
If you do it, please film it.
Or do I try to tell him in advance? I feel so gross and so awful and unattractive. And I'm worried he's going to hate me how I look now. I know I do.
Look, I hate to tell you, he will. I'm sorry, but he's not gonna.
How dare you?
It's gonna be really shocking, and it's gonna not be good.
How shallow are you?
Look, I feel like I'd be the first to say I'm not super shallow because, well, look at you. I mean, just kidding.
Yeah, the person where I was trying to get rid of her.
Relax, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I find that funny.
Oh, come on.
Trying to throw you to the ditch. You're like, no.
It was a joke, you jerk. Wow, someone got his feelings all hurt. No. I feel like just because like height doesn't matter to me. That a lot of the things that girls are like, he must be tall and his hair has to be like this.
You despise fat people. Your mind has been warped with that gym protein nonsense and bodybuilding crap.
Fat people, but I'm not attracted to bigger people, and that's okay. You don't have to be a jerk about it.
That could get you canceled now.
Oh,
that's cancelable. You have to like everyone. Also, if you don't like trans people, you could also be canceled. It's very strange.
I don't understand that either. I did read an article recently where they were like, if you don't want to date a trans person, you're transphobic.
It's like, how does that make sense?
I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
Does that mean I hate gays because I don't want to be with a dude?
Yeah,
like that logic is insane.
Well, because look, it's a weird, complex issue, and I feel like it's a hard thing to talk about because if you come out and say certain things, someone hates you, even regardless of the fact that like I am like pro-trans rights. I want trans people to have the same rights as everybody else. I want trans people to be happy and safe and not be attacked and all of those sorts of things.
Doesn't matter. You say one thing they don't like, you're Hitler.
That's the thing. If you bring up anything where it's like this weird thing, if you bring it up, it's a problem. I don't think that it's wrong to say that dating someone trans, it's not for everybody. Some people are into it, some people don't care, some people do. I don't think telling someone that that they're transphobic I don't think that telling someone you don't want to date them because they were born a biological of the same sex is wrong. I just don't. I think that people are allowed to have that preference.
Or maybe I just don't want a girl with a penis. That's just me though.
What about post-op?
I don't know. I guess it's not my thing. But then again, it's like just saying that is like, oh my god,
right?
He hates. I don't hate anyone. Relax.
No, it's wild. It's such a weird thing, and I don't think. Look, I'm sure there are some trans people who feel that way, but I don't think every trans person is like, you have to date me.
No, not everyone.
You know, I don't know. It's an odd thing.
All right, but back to this. This lady gained a bunch of weight. Boyfriend. He knows that maybe it's 10, 20 pounds max, doesn't know that she's double the weight and heavier than him now. What does she do? You're saying
you have to tell him.
Don't meet up.
No, I'm not saying don't meet up. I'm saying you have to tell. Don't not tell him until you meet up. Tell him first. You have to tell him before he sees you. Otherwise, that is going to be a heartbreaking reaction for you.
It's a weird conversation to have.
It is, but I still think you need to have it.
If you call me like, man, I doubled my weight, I'd be like, what? How? How is that even feasible?
Yeah.
What have you been eeting?
Look.
Are you on a Twinkie diet? Like, what happened? Ice cream 24/7?
I guess. I don't even know. Jeez, you'd have to eat. You'd have to eat so much. Look, and if you really want to, you can. I would have a conversation with him on the phone. I would tell him what's going on. Tell him that you need his support, that you want to lose the weight, because obviously you're unhappy. You're talking about how disgusted you are with yourself. Maybe having someone who's
no, hold on a second. Now, what can like the people like Lizzo and all the people who are like, fat is great, fat is healthy, how dare you? Mm-hmm. Would they cancel a fat person for saying how much she hates being fat?
So apparently there have a bunch of people were mad at Adele when she lost weight because she lost weight.
No, I know that, which is crazy, by the way.
Yeah, so 100% I could see that.
But I'm saying didn't lose the weight. I'm just like, I'm fat now. I'm not happy with myself. I want to lose the weight. Didn't lose it yet, but I'm just like, this sucks.
I'm sure there'd be people that would be like, you're fat phobic. I'm sure. I'm absolutely
like you're leaving the team.
Yeah, right?
You just joined the team. You can't leave now. Like you're in the cartel.
We have you here. Come to this side.
There is no quitting.
We have cookies.
Yeah, lots of them.
They just try to keep you with their delicious treats. I think that you need to have that conversation with him and just be like, look, I understand this is going to be a really shocking thing. And look, loving someone, you can love someone
as much as you love pie and cake.
You can love
Doritos.
Someone and find that as they get bigger, you're maybe not as attracted to them anymore, and that's understandable, but maybe I personally wouldn't just leave. I wouldn't immediately be like, I'm out. I'd be like, if you want to actually work on this, I will help you work on this.
What? So I'm now 200 pounds. I'm morbidly obese.
Yeah. If I hadn't seen you in a while, first of all, I wouldn't let it get to that point. We'd be doing something about it, like we are now.
My body, my rules. How about that? From last week. You can't tell me what to do.
I know I can't, but if you want to be, that's a different conversation then.
Oh.
So
All right, fine. You haven't seen me. We're getting back together.
Okay.
You know, whatever.
10 months.
I'm 200 pounds now.
I wouldn't leave you. But we'd have to work on it.
Nice to see you, Xia.
It would be insane. It would be so crazy. I'd be like, holy I wouldn't recognize. I could not imagine you weighing 200 pounds.
Let's wrestle.
Oh my God, no.
I can't breathe.
Oh, that would be so insane. No, we'd have to work on it.
I like how you're thinking a plan already. Like, okay, I got to get him on an exercise regimen. Got to make these very tiny meals.
But also think about it from the other perspective, right? Like we're married, we're together.
What?
You have to think about the health of the other person too. It would be heartbreaking to lose
I'm
you
reading all
to,
these
like, a heart
articles
attack.
saying I'm completely healthy.
Oh my God.
There's no issue. And I found out you're also a bigot.
Oh my God.
Hey, you never know.
I'm a smallet. How dare you?
You also might find out that you tell this dude and he might be like, I don't care. I love fat people. I actually want you to be fatter. Some guys love that. Eat more.
That's true.
It's a possibility.
But he said he liked how tiny she was.
Yeah, I know. And also, you're miserable. You hate yourself, so that's not a good look.
You don't want to do something that you feel, don't be uncomfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to think about the health of the other person. It'd be heartbreaking to be with someone and then lose them to a heart attack. I mean, that would just suck. Or like some sort of diabetes.
Sure.
Or a stroke.
It's pretty easy, lady. You tell your dude, you hope for the best. You say you're going to work on it, but you actually have to do that.
Yeah.
And then, and hopefully within another year, you're back down to where you were.
Yeah.
Case closed. I don't know what anyone to tell you. You know what I mean? You got to suck it up and realize I got to make some changes.
Yeah. And maybe see a therapist, because I feel like you don't just gain that much weight without there being some sort of emotional issues there. Yeah, I feel like
my uncle touched me.
Maybe you need to work through whatever you're going through. There's something going on.
You saying she got diddled?
Not necessarily that.
Oh, you're saying she got diddled.
Okay, that's not what I think that's what you're saying. What? I think someone went straight to uncle touching. Someone went straight to creepy Unc.
Isn't that what always happens? Unc, I forgot about Unc.
Oh, God.
Previous episode.
Oh, creepy Unc.
Well, moving on. We got a 15 female.
Okay.
This is so embarrassing, but I'm so uncomfortable and need to know if I'm overreacting.
Yes. I'm just kidding.
Okay. I happen to have sex toys that I bought for myself.
Oh, this makes me so uncomfortable even hearing it. She's 15 and I'm like, oh God.
I mean, I got a rod already.
Of course you do.
I keep them very hidden, and recently my brother, who's 19, had snooped around my room and found them a few weeks ago. Of course, I was embarrassed, but just explained that it is what it is.
Yeah.
A few days after, he had brought it up and he said, "Why are they so big?" I didn't think... Oh, wait, hold on. He's some more. "Why are they so big? I didn't think you could take it." And then he continued to stay on the topic and say other things like, "Do you use them?" Even though I told him to stop. He stopped talking about that specifically, but then started talking about his sex life. I kept saying stop, and he said that I was being immature. He has only stopped because my dad came back to the car. Is this weird? Or is this just natural to talk about?
No, it's weird. I don't want to talk about my sex life or my brother's sex life with my brother. He's my little brother. That's weird.
Well, this one's weirder because it's like, I can see the situation being less weird because, like, she's 15, right?
Yeah.
The brother's 19. It would make more sense if the brother was like 10, 11, 12.
And was just curious and like, do you use those?
But even saying messed up things, it's like, he's not saying it's right, but you kind of be like, all right, well, he's younger. It's a possibility where this would happen. At 19, going to your younger sister.
Do you want to hear about your sister's sex life or her sex toys?
No, but let's take that out of it for a second and go, why am I snooping in her room?
Yeah, that too. That's a good point. What the
I'm
fuck
19.
was he doing in your room?
I'm not 10. I'm not 12. I'm not 8. I'm 19. Like, I'm going to take a look at what's going on in here.
That's a good point.
Oh. Why is it so big?
Oh, smelling it? He smelled it?
He probably did the taste test.
Ew. He's like, I want to taste what my sister tastes like.
Oh.
There's so much incest in the world. What's up with everybody wanting to like have sexual thoughts about their fucking family?
It's super hot.
Oh, it's not hot. You know what? We shouldn't be surprised because incest porn is like the most popular. Although I don't know if it's just people are watching it or if it's because they keep putting it on the front page of Pornhub.
Yeah, at this point, because we all know it's not real.
Right.
But then every video is like,
hey, step bro.
Anything. Yeah. I mean, pick a family member, right?
Yeah.
And it's, well, every video is at that point, you're just clicking on it because you know the porn star or you just like the way it looks.
Like, you know, it's not real. Yeah. It's not like.
But I'm sure there are people who are like, love the title or like, that helps.
So weird.
But I do think that's
weird.
contributing. I don't think that's contributing to
No,
this.
but I'm saying that this, because there's so much of this, it spurred the popularity of the porn category.
Did it spur it or did it finally just catch on and it was always technically popular?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either. No one, truly, we will never know. I don't think there's statistics of that would ever work out.
Hey, are you attracted to a family member? Answer yes or no.
I bet you if there was like a real
survey.
like just say it's like magic survey, you ask a genie, and you saw the stats, everyone would be horrified.
Oh,
You'd be looking
God.
like,
You'd never see your family again.
It's like 60%. 60% of Americans want to have sex with their family?
Oh, why?
Oh no. 50% have? What? Yeah, this is, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Why are they so big? I didn't think you could take it.
Oh, that's so weird.
Do you use them?
No. Why do you sound like Buffalo Bill when you say that?
Are you a size 14?
Would you?
Would you? I don't. No, it's not normal. She's in a bad spot because if he keeps doing this, right? She then has to go to her parents and be like, hey, all right, first I got a bunch of dildos and sex toys.
Yeah.
That's an awkward conversation.
Yeah.
And then you gotta be like, and also creepy over here has been going in my room and who knows doing what with them. And then saying these weird things. Do you say something? What do you do?
I guess
do you wait it out? Does he move out eventually? I don't know. He might live there till he's 35.
Yeah, you don't know. He's this economy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there forever. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know if you bring that up.
All right. So wait, how old's your brother?
My brother?
Yeah.
He's 20.
20.
I think he's 19 or 20.
Let's just say you're living at home.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say he's 19. Mm-hmm. You're whatever age you'd be living at home, and this is happening now. What would you do in that situation?
I'd smack him. I'd smack him with it. I'd hit him in the head with the dildo and be like, "Shut the fuck up and get out of my room."
I didn't think you could take it.
Be like, that's just, I would. You know what? It's funny. That's exactly what I'd do. I'd be like, ew, that you're disgusting. What the fuck's wrong with you? And I'd whack him with the dildo and push him out of my room. That's exactly what I would do. Put in that same situation. I'd be like, what is wrong with you?
I've been, there's a lot of stuff I don't pick for the show because I'm just like, I can't.
We can't even talk about this.
It's just ridiculous.
This is so bad.
There's been a really weird trend that I've been noticing about parents being just horrible people. Mm-hmm. And to the point where you could say something like, hey, like say in this instance, my brother is going through my stuff, saying inappropriate things, messing with my sex toys. And the parents would be like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Or they get angry at the daughter for saying something. Like, why are you saying something?
Which is insane to me. I actually know how my dad would respond to this. My dad would smack him upside the head and tell him to cut it out. That's what would happen. He would straight up. This is what he used to do to us when we were younger. If we did something really bad, he never hit us, and it didn't hurt. It just made us feel really shameful. It was just like a shame thing. He would just with the back of his hand a little bit, right in the back of the head, just a little like that, where it doesn't hurt at all, but you're just like, oh man, I feel so much shame right now. He would do a harder version of that. He'd smack him in the head and be like, what are you doing?
He pimp-handed you?
A little bit.
That's weird. That's creepy as this. That's very odd.
I do not look at it as a pimp hand. It's just like a...
All right, you didn't have to do that.
It was like that. That's what it felt like.
All right, good. My eye's switching now. I want to hit you in the face.
sorry.
You can't hit an abuse victim. They just want to fucking destroy you.
No, I'm sorry. No.
That's what people, I never want to get into fights because I don't trust myself. Who knows if I'd win? But boy, you might end up dead.
He might stab you.
I might kill you.
He might stab you.
Here's 20 years of abuse just waiting to be let out. Yeah.
No.
Okay, all right, don't
sorry.
pet me. Jesus. Keep pushing my hat down to my ears. I don't like that either.
Okay, so that's what would happen. And I feel like, yeah, the fact that you're right. You've been telling me a lot of stories of stuff that we don't use for the show where the kids.
Yeah, the kid's like, hey, like this is messed up. The parents are like, I don't care. And then also, you're in trouble now. Even though they're being creepy or they're doing messed up things, screw you. It's like, wow.
I feel like a lot less people should be having kids.
Yeah, stop having kids.
A lot less.
But you know what? Everyone's like, oh, more kids, more kids. It's like, you have no money. Your
people.
Your relationship stinks. I don't understand it yet. Just keep popping them out. I don't know.
It's awful.
Yeah, so you're screwed, lady. I don't know what to tell you. It's very odd. I guess punch your brother in the face, hope he stops.
Yeah, that's what I'd do.
Then again, he might hold you down and do some horrible things.
That's
so
true.
Be careful.
He's 19.
Be careful.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Or shame him if he has a girlfriend. Be like, hey, you know what he did?
Yeah, you know what? I grew up with my little brother. My little brother never did anything like this. I'm like really thinking, like family member wise, like I'm sure my little brother went through my stuff. I don't know. He has never been weird or creepy in any way, shape, or form. I don't get these people.
Almost threw up. That's cool.
You right there?
I'm good.
Need some water?
Yeah, that's a very odd one.
That's creepy.
How much time we got? All right, I'm gonna do.
Do we do one more and then go to the mystery?
I don't know if we have. Well, okay, we'll do one more, then we'll do the
more?
mystery. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. There's a guy talking, and he's 30. Okay. I sold my house last year and bought a bigger home that my parents moved into with me.
That's nice of you.
Very nice.
That's nice of you.
I'm 30 years old, just for context. Anyways, I had an extra $5,000 in my escrow account, and my old mortgage company sent me a check in the mail, but they sent it to the old address. They then sent a letter to my new address notifying me about the check. I never got that letter because my dad opened it without my knowledge.
Ooh.
After he notified me about the letter, I called the company and they said they sent me the check to the new address. Okay. Now my dad wants $1,000 because he says I would have never known about the $5,000 if it weren't for him.
What do you mean he wouldn't check his own mail? You just made it worse, you weirdo. Oh my God. What is wrong with these people?
Should I give him the $1,000? What should I do? I feel like I'm being greedy. Oh my God. I feel like I'm being greedy by not giving him money.
Your
But
parents
the same,
worked too good.
it's my money that I'm using to pay my mortgages and property taxes. I feel like he should be embarrassed asking, his daughter for money, but maybe I'm wrong. No, you're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
He's extorting you.
Yeah.
Basically. He's
Yeah.
what?
First of all, that's
Open
a
your mouth.
federal offense.
Crime.
You can't open someone else's mail
Okay.
and then be like, oh, you wouldn't have known about this if I hadn't told you. You mean my mail that you opened that I would have opened and seen probably sooner if it wasn't for you? No, this is insane. And the fact that you bought a big house that he can live in now?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
I mean, you do it. My sister does it. Apologetic to a point where it's just disgusting, where your parents are garbage and you're just like, no, it's all right. It's okay. And they walk all over you because they know they can. Same situation. The parents have been using you for years. You have them moved into your new place that you bought at 30. Go screw. You're not living with me, first off. Second, you're like, I don't know, maybe I should. Maybe I'm being greedy. No, it's your money.
Yeah, and
the
you have
hell
to
are
pay
you
your
talking
bills.
about?
And
the
you have to
fact
pay your bills.
that you're thinking twice about it shows that they are already messing with your mind. That you're like, maybe I should give him $1,000. Ugh. Just gross. I don't get it.
Yeah, don't give him $1,000. He does not deserve any of that money for for any reason. That's not his money. That's your money. You're letting them live there, presumably for free, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So that's already...
You're above and beyond.
Yeah.
You're above and beyond already.
Yeah, that's...
Tell them to go screw. Hit the bricks.
Yeah, the whole thing of like, oh, well, my parents would take care of them. They took care of me. They chose to have you.
Yeah.
They have to take care of you. That is bare minimum.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work that way.
You take care of your children.
I remember...
Because you decided to have them.
Well, decided. There's a lot of, they're here. Didn't want them. For me, despicable. I lived with both parents separately at different points in my life. Both times, I never saw any of the money for child support. I was starving all the time. I needed stuff all the time. Guess what? Money never got to me, and they would complain about my existence constantly.
But your mom had lots of CDs and books.
Yeah, my mom obviously had a problem spending money for things that she didn't need and then wouldn't spend it on stuff like food or anything else. To a point where I luckily I wasn't living there when this happened. I just moved out, but she actually got thrown out of her apartment, like in a real crap hole, by the way, because she stopped paying rent. She missed rent for like 3 months in a row. And she had a full-time job, right? And she was getting child support. So it's like, what happened?
Was this like a rent control place in Brooklyn too?
It was $800 a month in the 90s. So I think that's like a normal crap rent for Brooklyn back then. You know, it's very, I'm just talking about like late 90s, early 2000s probably.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have happened. Like the rent should have been paid no matter what. No excuse.
Yeah.
And then when I moved my father, who had money, I was still starving. I didn't have lunch. But he couldn't even give me $5 for lunch. And it's like, but you're going, and he went after my mother, who didn't have anything really, for extra money for child support just to make her ill. Just
to torture her, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There was no no college funds for me. There was no food money. There was nothing. It basically, I was supposed to be like, Master, thank you for letting me live here in your place. Oh my God, you're the best. Like I was supposed to be doing that the whole time.
Like, no. That's your kid. That's what I'm saying. You bring these little people into the world. These little people don't decide. But
they didn't want me.
Any say, but they had you.
They didn't want me though.
They made that decision though. If you didn't want them, then don't have them. I don't get that. It's like you don't get to bring someone into this world and then be like, how dare you existed? You created them. That's how that works. They can't be here unless someone else makes them.
It's mind-boggling. Stop having kids. It's ridiculous. Like, oh, this dude shot up a school. I wonder why. Yeah. I wonder. Some people are evil. Like, I get that. It's not everyone, but a lot of times it's like the parents didn't help any.
Yeah, you look at their living conditions and their family situation, and you're like, oh, same thing with serial killers. It's always they've got some weird mommy issue. The dads have been gone. Like the dads took off. They have no dad. They start by killing animals and torturing animals when they're kids. It's always some messed up family situation, or there's some incest going on and sexual abuse. It's always something like that.
Or like my father, he's, in my opinion, just an evil person.
He is. He's a piece of crap. And your grandma was a wonderful mom.
My grandmother was great. And my grandma used to like break down in front of me. Like, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, Grandma,
you didn't do anything.
It had nothing to do with you.
Some people are just messed up in the head.
It just happens sometimes, man.
Some people are psychopaths.
Yeah.
We're pretty convinced that my sister's a psychopath.
Yeah, I think a meth addict and a bunch of other things.
Well, but addict aside, it's other stuff. And look, I love my sister. I'll always love my sister, but...
Yeah, you talked about the poop spoon incident. Can't wait to tell her that when she gets out of jail.
She's gonna stab me. She's like, I made the shiv.
Okay. That was odd. Sure. Continue.
Shut up. My sister is one of those people that I love her. I'm not entirely sure she feels love for other people. I think that she's very much out for herself in a way where it doesn't matter what she does to other people as long as she gets what she wants. She's kind of one of those people, and I don't really think that she feels any sort of weird guilt or like remorse about doing things. It's one of those things that we've kind of discussed in the family, and it's long since been talked about that we think that she's a psychopath, or I don't know if it's a psychopath or a sociopath. Might be a sociopath.
Either one.
Either or. It's just sometimes there are people that are like that. There's just something is wrong in their brain. Our brains are so weird and complex, and we know so little about them. They're still trying to figure out depression. They thought it was a chemical imbalance, and now they have there's a whole bunch of new studies coming out that they're like, well, it might not be a chemical imbalance. It might be something else. Like,
because we don't know anything about the brain still. It's crazy.
We don't know anything about the brain, but it controls everything. It's wild. So, that sucks. Do we have an update?
Yes, we have an update.
Oh my God, we have an update. I'm so excited.
So last week, if you didn't watch, how dare you?
Watch the show.
We did a story about this 15-year-old girl who also, I think, had a little brother as well.
Little brother was 9 or 10.
Yeah.
The parents left.
Yeah, they said they're going to be
Gone for the night.
gone for the night.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's 15. You're gonna watch your brother who's 9. That's reasonable. Leave him alone for the night.
Yeah.
Not unreasonable.
3 weeks later, they're still gone. And what was odd about it is they said they were texting and calling the parents.
FaceTiming even.
And they would pick up. So they
Yeah.
were like, what's going on? So after a certain point, the parents were like, here's some money, get groceries for yourself so you don't die. And the girl was like, this is crazy. Called the grandparents of like, hey, this is the situation. I don't know what's going on. They disappeared, but they're not disappeared. It's very strange.
But every time they would bring up the thing of like, hey, where are you? When are you coming home?
Wouldn't say where they are.
Wouldn't say where they are.
No.
Wouldn't say when they're coming home.
Yeah.
Nothing. And we were trying to figure out like, did they get kidnapped for money? Did they owe the wrong person money? Are they in some weird danger?
At first, I thought they just went on vacation and were just like, well, screw you. We don't want to bring you. But after
Right.
3 weeks, this ain't vacation anymore.
No.
The grandparents were like, what? This is crazy. And they got over there immediately. So now they were with the kids and police got called and the police were like, yeah, no, this is weird. So then the cops were trying to talk to the parents because they were picking up the phone.
So we have an update.
We have an update.
Okay.
Okay. So the first update.
Well, we got 2 updates.
Well, no, that we actually did that last week.
Oh,
was
okay.
that the police came, they searched the house, blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah. The police were there. The police were searching the house.
Maybe not. You know what? I can't remember what we did last week.
right,
So,
so-
I'll read the
Yeah.
updates. All right. So the first one. This is the girl talking. Now, yesterday, the police came to the house and searched it. They found a hollowed out part of the floor underneath the sink in the bathroom.
Okay, we did not read this.
Connected to our parents' bedroom. It was empty when they found it, but the police believe that drugs were held in here at some point. The police were also able to see where our parents' cell phone activity was coming from since we had been calling and texting them before. Almost all was in Guadalajara, Mexico. I don't know why they went there, but that is where they probably are. However, they stopped answering any calls or texts since my father spoke to the officer. Oh boy.
Is this a Walter White situation?
I hope you do not mind. I did not tell you all this yesterday. All of this was incredibly shocking for me to hear. I have a lot of questions. I'm not sure what's going to happen now. Grandparents are here, so we're safe. Okay. Final update. Hey, so I'm calling this the final update because there's not really much more to say right now, but I know a lot of you are wondering what happened and what is going to happen. We still basically know about as much as we did when I made my last update. No one has been able to reach either my parents since then. They're not responding to any of our call or texts. There hasn't been any new activity on their phones that we're aware of, so we don't know if they're even still in Mexico or if they went somewhere else. But they haven't been home at all since they left, and it really looks like they're not going to come back. But for now, my brother and I will be going to live with our grandparents at their house, and that's where we'll be on for now. We'll be moving some of our things up there this weekend. Neither of us are too happy about having to leave our home.
No shit.
We don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
Anyways, I had said 1,000 times already, but thank you so much to everyone who shared their kind thoughts and messages.
This is insane.
My heart is absolutely crushed at the moment, but you all helped me through it a lot. One more time, thank you. I'm not sure if we're ever going to post again. Rest assured that we're in good hands now. Try moving forward. Hopefully things will get better soon.
What is going on?
So-
it is some weird drug thing.
so they-
it has to be. That's
These
what you, I think you said that last
These
time.
parents basically are drug something, and they had kids this whole time, and they left the kids and were like, we're moving on now.
That's insane.
What?
We're
the
moving
hell?
on, or did they get stuck in some weird situation where they don't have the money for the drugs they were supposed to be selling? Maybe it's something like that.
I don't know, man. But either way, that's messed up.
Of course.
Why be drug people and have kids? Now you guys are gonna be living your life in Mexico somewhere or South America. Who knows where you're going?
Yeah, wherever they're at.
And that's it. Now your kids are like, oh, our parents left us. That's gonna be good.
Which is not going to be good. Yeah, that's not going to be good for them down the line. And the girl, she's 15. She kind of understands what's going on. The boy who's 9, I'm sure he understands what's going on. But it's going to affect both of them in different ways. And it's going to be a weird thing moving forward. At least they have their grandparents and they don't have to go into the system. That's the one good thing. Hopefully their grandparents aren't like ancient, where they'll be able to live with them for a while
It's
and
gonna
like
suck.
be okay. Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
Gonna suck.
And what are they going to do with their house? Like, what is...
It's probably going to be seized, right? Because, I mean, listen, as they said, the police came in the house, they searched it. They found a hollowed out part of the floor underneath the sink in the bathroom connected to her parents' bedroom. Like, so they have the whole, like, little maze underneath the house?
That's so wild. This is basically like a Breaking Bad thing.
Literally Breaking Bad.
This is literally a Breaking Bad thing. I wonder what kind of drug it is.
Who knows?
Meth, cocaine, something like that.
Crazy. So crazy.
Wow.
Parents suck. You suck.
Stop having kids. Unless your life is going to be about your kids, stop having them. I mean, you can still have your life too, but you know what I mean. Like, it's...
Yeah, but you can't really have a life. Like, people don't understand. You can't do both. It doesn't work that way.
Once you have kids, that's it.
That's it. Your life is done for at least 25 years. And then maybe you could do things again. I don't... Yeah, so I guess your parents were drug people.
Wow.
Who knows in what respects and what capacity, what level. Something must have went sour.
Yeah, something got bad. Something went bad where they felt like they had to leave and they couldn't come back. Whether they were being held hostage, they were worried about their family being in danger. I wonder what they said to the cops when the cops talked to the dad. And then they just didn't talk ever again.
Yeah, everything's cool. We're just chilling. Like, it's like that scene from Star Wars where they're trying to break Princess Leia out of prison in the Death Star, and Solo is on the comms like, everything's good here. How are you? Like what? Like, we know something's up here.
This isn't right. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, there's a leak here. Who is this?
Who is this?
Yeah, I don't know, man. So crazy. So crazy.
So wild.
Yeah, that's that, man.
Well, yeah, there you
I
go.
wonder, I don't know if I said this, I wish I knew what state they were in to know actually how far they went to get to Mexico.
Me too, actually.
You know, were they in a border state or were they somewhere like nowhere near it? Because that'd be even more crazy.
Yeah.
They live in like Seattle. And it's like, yeah, they're in Mexico? For what? What are you talking about? That's it, man. That's it.
God, I feel sad for those kids. I'm glad the internet was there for them in a nice way. It can often be the opposite, but it's nice that there were some nice supportive people out there that gave them some well wishes and kind of helped them through it a little bit, because they're going to have a tough road ahead. What's going to be tough is when they find their parents' bodies.
I was just going to say
I feel like that's a
We're
very
see some
real
news story of like, they're
Yeah.
dead. Americans killed and blah, blah, blah. I mean, they probably don't even report that anymore.
I'm sure they don't report that anymore.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff going on.
It's like all the gang shootings in Chicago. It's like, oh, those don't count as mass shooting. Like, it is a mass shooting, but we don't report it as a mass shooting because it's Chicago. It's just how it is. It's like, what's the difference? People are getting shot and killed. Yeah, but it's those people. It's like, but isn't that racist?
Yeah, yes, it's racist. Yes, it's racist. It's also racist to hold them to a lower standard, which is wild to me.
The white person shot a few people. I mean, that's the news story. It's like, but both are not good.
Neither are good.
Both are equally as bad.
How about we look at this because at what it really is, and it's not necessarily a race thing, and it's more of an economic thing. Because do you ever notice? Not always.
You ever notice?
Not always.
Airplanes, an airport. Like, what are you doing?
No, I'm just saying. Do you ever notice that oftentimes when it's these mass shootings or these inner city shootings and things like that, it's always poor people. It doesn't matter whether they're black or white or Mexican or whatever.
Because there's rich people living in the cities, man.
Yeah, well, there are. But they're not shooting each other.
It's. I think the number is probably skewed where there's more,
of course,
regular people.
Well, because there's not that many rich people, really. Like, that's what it comes down to. It's poverty, and for some reason, we never try to fix poverty. We just keep pointing our fingers at all the different races and being like, "Oh, it's your fault." And how about we try to fix the poverty issue that we have in this country, because it's really bad. Nobody wants to do real work. That's the problem.
Cities have been pretty much blue forever. And guess what? They don't fix anything because they don't want to. It was crazy Rudy Giuliani in New York. It was a Republican mayor. Crazy. And then, oh, wow, wait, he cleaned up the crime? Wait, what? If you could hate him as much as you want to hate him now, during the 90s, and people didn't like him then either.
Didn't he actually fix the city?
He actually fixed the city. And then Bloomberg, people didn't really like him either. And he upkept it. And then dumb de Blasio gets in there. a nice Democrat, and he's like,
He has a black son, right? Like,
cry.
that's why he got voted
Yeah,
in.
the
That's
commercials.
guy?
Yeah.
He's like, I have a black son. Vote for me.
Yeah,
Like,
it
what
works.
does that have to do with
But
anything?
it works. I mean, those commercials worked.
We vote for the weirdest reasons as people.
For dumb things. I don't understand. So I don't think they want to help anyone. I don't believe it. Also, it seems like if you're more people vote Republican if you have money. So I don't know if this is the reason, but maybe they don't want to help people out because you would change your voting and then it would go the other way if so many people actually had money. You know what I mean?
But I feel like the liberal people, here's the reason that I would have a hard time always voting Republican, because and this is why I feel like I don't have a side. It just doesn't work.
No, I know.
Because I never.
You're not 100% on either one.
Well, no,
I
but
understand.
I just never agree with their social policies.
Of course
I can't
not.
get behind their social policies.
But they both suck, and I get that. But I wonder if that's like a thinking of it. Of
Maybe.
like, why help these people?
We have to keep them poor so they keep voting
Keep voting for us because we're telling them we're helping them.
It's possible. Yeah.
Because these people ain't helping you. We're helping you, even though we're not helping you either. We're saying we're helping you, but we're not helping you.
But we're not. Yeah, they come up with these social programs that seem like, I guess they must be helping, but I feel like they're not making a real difference.
Baltimore's
right?
been a hellhole forever, and it's always been blue for like 100+ years. So it's like nothing's changing. Doesn't it seem odd?
Yes, it does. No, you're right.
And even the New York Times released a video. Was it a year ago or more? When they were like, and New York Times is as liberal as you can get, and even they were saying, like, yeah, it's weird because like a lot of people say, well, Republicans are holding certain areas back, and then they're showing like, well, these cities or states are actually 100% run by Democrats, yet even they don't really change anything, even though they can. Well, they just say they can.
I think
and if the New York Times is saying that,
right,
that's a problem.
And I think that's really what it comes down to, the fact that no politicians really have our best interests at heart. Like, they don't care about us.
They care about themselves.
They care about themselves, and that's really what it comes down to.
That's a problem across everything. Corporations, CEOs,
that's the thing.
Unions.
I feel like I've talked about this before. People talk about, capitalism. Like, is capitalism perfect? Absolutely not. It has a lot of flaws going on. I think it's probably the best. I don't think socialism is going to work. I don't think any system is going to actually work properly, but it's not because of the system. Yeah, it's because of the people. People will find a way to take advantage of it no matter what and use it to their advantage, because everyone is going to want more. Or you're going to get people who are lazy and they want something for doing nothing. Or you're going to get people that are going to find a way to make sure in capitalism, this is a problem that we have in capitalism. I'm not saying capitalism's bad. We all use it.
Pinko.
We all use it.
How dare you?
And it does give a lot of
America.
It does give a lot of people who wouldn't have opportunities. It does, absolutely. You can be self-made, and that's something that you don't necessarily get in other countries where they don't have it. But at the same time, you get the issue of capitalism where these corporations have so many rights and they're making so much money, and there's this small percentage of insanely rich elite people, and then you get the rest of the country where that gap is growing bigger and bigger, and there's no way around it. You get people that are barely making ends meet. And and then everybody gets into their argument of like, well, do you think that people that work in a warehouse or flip burgers should get $20 an hour? Who's going to do? I'm not saying that there's not skill levels to jobs, and some jobs shouldn't make more than others. But you can't only hire high school kids and college kids, because who's going to run those places when the kids are in school? Well, I'm just saying.
I know.
Like, it's a whole thing. Like,
I don't want to turn this into a politics.
Well, we did. We've gone down the politics rabbit hole.
So boring.
It is. I know. Everybody talks about it all the time. This is why we don't do this kind of stuff usually.
But also, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
People
We're not going to change shit.
Suck.
Yeah.
People are greedy.
Yeah,
it will never change.
We will never have a utopia, and you can talk about this until you're blue in the face.
When we're gone. I'm telling you, let the robots take over. Everyone's so scared. Let the robots take over. Kill humans. Who cares? We should all be dead. We suck.
I'm talking about humans. Humans will never have a utopia, but we're the reason.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really
because we all hate each other.
Of course, there are good people out there. I'm not saying that there aren't.
Okay.
There are.
Can we
I'm just saying.
So we know. We get it.
I'm just saying. It doesn't matter what we do.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
You brought it up.
Oh, gee, you're the one going off on a tangent.
You started
I'm just saying. I know what you're saying.
I swear to God,
Shut up.
I swear to God. Shut up, Edgar.
Okay, promote your stuff.
Follow me on the things. Follow me on social media. It's at Xia_land. It's XIA_LAND. Watch my Twitch streams. It's been kind of cool to see some of you guys found me on YouTube and then have now watched my Twitch streams. That's really cool. It's at XiaLand on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/XiaLand, XiaLand. You know how it's spelled. The snack stream is probably my favorite stream. Then there's the workout stream. We got game streams. It's a fun time. Come hang out.
Snack stream live every Sunday at what time?
7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. So come hang.
Yeah, it's a good time. And I'm also part of the Chip Chipperson podcast, which is, if you guys like really, really silly humor, which I know I do, it's really one of my favorite things in the world. You will like the Chip Chipperson podcast. That's also on YouTube. And check out It's Eric Nagel, another podcast I'm part of. We stream that live on Thursdays at 8 p.m., I believe. Yeah, 8:30. Check it out.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good night, day,
Year,
thing,
your month, or even your year.
Ugh. Bye.
Bye.
No. Jesus.